Yes. Greetings, superior beings. Greetings, supreme being. Welcome to Universal Peace Television. So, this is another special broadcast. As you can see, I'm wearing my Santa hat. Santa Claus does not exist. And neither does Sinterklaas. You can Google it if you don't believe me. And trust no one, nothing is what it seems. Recovery begins with non-compliance. Remember to always mistrust authority, because people have been murdered for questioning authority. And I think I just need to relax more. So the broadcast is about test everything you learn and stay proactive rather than reactive. In the light. Okay, so this broadcast on Universal Peace Tube, Universal Peace Television, is entitled Geert Wilders. Geert Wilders warns 2017 will have even worse terror attacks. Express Call UK, how to prevent PrEP. So let's do this fast, because my father is coming up with dinner. And then later I can reflect on what we get to see and hear. So this is the Geert Wilders video. On their page we can view part of that. I think we can watch the whole video to review it.
Dear friends, I still cannot believe it, but I have just been convicted because I asked a question about Moroccans. While the day before yesterday, scores of Moroccan asylum seekers terrorized buses in Emmen and did not even have to pay a fine, a politician who asks a question about fewer Moroccans is sentenced. The Netherlands have become a sick country. And I have a message for the judges who convicted me. You have restricted the freedom of speech of millions of Dutch and hence convicted everyone. No one trusts you anymore. But fortunately, truth and liberty are stronger than you. And so am I. I will never be silent. You will not be able to stop me. And you are wrong too. Moroccans are not a race, and people who criticize Moroccans are not racist. I am not a racist, and neither are my voters. This sentence proves that you judges are completely out of touch. And I have also a message for Prime Minister Rutte and the rest of the multicultural elite. You will not succeed in silencing me and defeating the PVV.
So that's an interesting message. Let's read the text on the express.co.uk webpage.
We haven't seen nothing yet. Geert Wilders warns 2017 will have even worse terror attacks. Outspoken Dutch politician Geert Wilders has warned that Europe is unprepared for the scale of terror attacks it is facing and that 2017 will bring more bloodshed. By Shaban McFadden, published, 1752, Sat, December 24, 2016. And he's calling for German leader Angela Merkel to be driven out of power in a shocking speech where he slams the political establishment. In an essay for U.S. think tank the Gatestone Institute, Mr. Wilders says that politicians are failing to prosecute criminals falsely seeking asylum. And he says politicians across the bloc are refusing to accept the scale of the self-inflicted problem, insisting a political revolution is brewing in Europe. Mr. Wilders is no stranger to controversy and has called for Angela Merkel to be driven out of power. The terrible truth is that, in all likelihood, we ain't seen nothing yet. Geert Wilders, he said, there is little doubt that 2017 will bring Germany and the entire West more violence, More attacks on our women and daughters, more bloodshed, more tears, more sorrow. The terrible truth is that, in all likelihood, we ain't seen nothing yet. The solution to the gigantic self-inflicted problem the West is currently suffering from needs to be a political one. The Dutch army is less than 50,000 soldiers strong. Hence, even if we deploy the entire army to protect Christmas markets, theaters, nightclubs, festivals, shopping malls, churches and synagogues, we cannot guarantee the safety of all our citizens. Mr. Wilders appeared in court this week over charges he incited hatred. Mr. Wilders appeared in court this week over charges he incited hatred. We have to drive politicians, such as Angela Merkel, my own weak Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte, and their like-minded colleagues in other countries, from power. We must liberate our countries. And believe me, my friends, that is exactly what we are going to do. Terrorists, who hope to break our resolve with bloody atrocities, will not succeed. Mr. Wilders also said that contingency plans put into place to protect visitors to Cologne after last year's sex attacks do not go far enough. Mr. Wilders supported the Republican Party during the U.S. election. Mr. Wilders supported the Republican Party during the U.S. election. He continued, this year, 1,500 police officers will be patrolling the streets in Cologne on New Year's Eve, 10 times more than last year. But how many police officers will be needed next year, and the year after that? And what will happen when they are outnumbered? What is needed are not just more police officers. What is needed is a democratic political revolution. Brexit aftershocks. Who's next to leave the EU? When? September 14, 2016. Britain has voted to leave the EU. So who's next? We look at which European countries want to hold their own EU referendum. Play slideshow, Frexit, Nixit or Oxit?
He led chants at a rally calling for fewer Moroccans in the Netherlands. Wilders described the proceedings as politically motivated and a charade, saying millions of Dutch people were also being judged.
Who will be next to leave the EU? Express. 1 of 10. Frexit, Nixit or Oxit? Who will be next to leave the EU? Frexit, Nixit or Oxit?
So that's about George Soros's EU superstate. And what do you all want? You can let me know in the comments or even be live in this broadcast on YouTube. Just Skype Prologic999 somewhere. I am cleaning up my desk. And you all can read the rest of the article. You all can read the rest of the article if there's any on the website. So what can we do? Well, at least people can buy weapons to defend themselves and their families against possible jihadists, also junkies and other gangs that rob and plunder. In the US it might be more frequent than in the Netherlands, where they might get caught more, and more people than anywhere else are in jail in the US. I've covered that EU superstate in my other broadcasts, and also the George Soros vote rigging thing and other things in relation to Mr. Soros. My father is coming in with the dinner live on YouTube. We are live, so don't say anything smart.
We are alive.
We are live and we are alive. That's correct. Reminding me of my super duper awesomer Casio A-Live Young America watch. You can Google that. It's perhaps the awesomest piece in my collection. That was a miss.
I was looking for your mayonnaise, but I didn't find it. Is it still here?
No,
It's not.
it must be in the fridge where you put it.
That's where I looked for it. I can go again and look for it.
Well, I have to get some other things.
Yes.
So perhaps it's best if I go. And perhaps you can reflect upon Geert Wilders' idea that there will be more and more severe terrorist attacks in 2017. What we can do to prevent it, of course. Preventing beats curing. Recovery begins with non-compliance.
It's not an idea, that's just a question.
For universal peace. A question for universal peace. Question everything.
I thought he
Or what?
had ideas how to prevent it, but he asked. So that's what to do. To think about it.
Well, I'm gonna turn this on black so people don't see me naked on YouTube. And you can all enjoy the sounds of my father putting dinner on the table. I'm gonna get some stuff from the kitchen. I'll be right back.
So, er was razendsnel. Waar heb je het gevonden?
Bovenste plank stond het.
Bovenste plank.
Daar staat het normaal niet.
Ik heb het zelf nagestaan.
Ja.
Maar, fijn.
Top shelf, and it's not where the bio-organic eco mayonnaise normally is located. Dinner on what many people call Christmas Eve without snow in the Netherlands. I can remember a Christ Mass when we had snow in the Netherlands. That was on was it when we were at it was at Jacob de Graaflaan.
Yes, that could easily be.
I remember it.
But it could also have been here.
Perhaps we can place the mic on the table as well. So have you thought about what we can do to prevent further terrorist attacks? Or would you like to see more terrorist attacks?
Of course not.
Not. It would help with the depopulation. Many people want to depopulate the earth, but you do not want to see more attacks. So what can the state and what can the people do to prevent further attacks, you think? If anything.
Put the terrorists in jail.
Put the terrorists in jail. Do you think that more police or military on the streets are required? Would you feel safer?
I cannot judge that because I don't know the record of what they have accomplished, so that you can make any prediction as to what more police than now would actually accomplish.
But there have not been any terrorist attacks in the Netherlands, right? We only had the Pim Fortuyn stabbing, and some people think that had a terroristic motive, basically. But do you remember any terrorist attacks? Not really. So I think many people think that it's not necessary in the Netherlands. And well, perhaps we can start having the dinner. I also eat eggs, so why not fish eggs as well, which contain B12 vitamin vegetarians must get. They can also get this vitamin spray. This is vitamin B12 spray, vegan certified, methylcobalamin, 1 fluid ounce of eBay. And yeah, you have to get that, and it's healthier to be vegetarian, that's scientifically proven, because humans are originally herbivorous, not carnivores nor omnivores, which some people believe. But the meat industry is gigantic, because it takes 16 kilograms of grain to produce 1 kilogram of cancer hormone cow meat.
We all know
So
that.
that's toast.
Let's go and toast and go and eat. Cheers.
Cheers. Merry Christmas to you all. No, it's clear I don't believe in anything. Believing is stupid, knowing is smart. But it's a great festivity, goodwill towards men, etc. Do you know the whole saying? Goodwill towards men. You know the whole saying? What? How does it go then?
I don't know if there's anything to that.
Well, the whole saying I can look up. Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men.
Okay.
But in the context of Christmas, so it is originally from Luke 2:14. Annunciation to the shepherds. Annunciation.
Annunciation.
The announcement of the incarnation by the angel Gabriel to Mary. Had ik al gezegd, eet smakelijk?
Ik zeg gelijk, ja. Dankjewel.
Did I say enjoy your dinner?
Mhm.
So what would be fun to cover? Did you know that the idea of the final solution is originally a Jewish idea to exterminate the German people.
I didn't know that. Why the German people? What's special about them?
Well, you'd have to read it for yourself. Some believe that they want to exterminate the whole white race.
They're part of the white race anyway.
Some believe that the Jewish people are not part of the white race, that only real Jews are what they call black.
Black?
Mm-hmm. Would you like some fish eggs?
Yeah.
Where can I put it?
Blank. In the middle. Yeah, thank you. You can find out what it fits best. Pick it up.
Some truffle. Okay. Here?
Yeah, thank you. Good.
Well, I've covered it in my broadcast. I can read it, the part for you, basically, about it. But then I wonder what the German translation of final solution was. You didn't drink wine after eating meat, right?
Right.
Endlösung, perhaps?
Endlösung?
Yeah.
Sounds like a Nazi term.
Uh-huh. Well, let's read this then.
The final solution was originally a Jewish idea to exterminate the German people. Many people would disbelieve you if you tell them this, but it is true and well documented. The book has been widely quoted as evidence of a plan for genocide against the German people, and was also the first time the term final solution was used in the context of genocide. Wiki Germany must perish. Did you know that the concept of the final solution of extermination so vehemently forced into our minds by the Jewish propagandists was not proposed by a German Nazi, but rather by a Jew? In 1940, long before the beginning of the alleged Holocaust, the Wannsee Conference, allegedly authorizing the Holocaust, was held in February 1942, and also before the USA entered World War II. The American Jew Theodor Neumann Kaufmann wrote a book titled Germany Must Perish, in which he proposes the Jewish final solution to the Germans as well as other Gentiles. In the book, which was published in 1941, Theodor Kaufmann advocates and devises a plan for the extermination of all of the German people through a forced sterilization program in what he calls the final solution. bestgore.com/holohoic/ the final solution. Thanks to me, we all know certain things. I am and have been an influence on the NSA and people ruling the world, whether they realize it or not. I am not doing this for fame but to create a better timeline. The captain of the Hard-On, Geert Wilders, warns 2017 will have even worse terror attacks. Express.co.uk. How to prevent PrEP.
Scusi, what,
Goodwill toward Brent.
what did you say? Why do you have to listen to this?
Yeah.
And then?
While eating Christmas dinner.
Well, I thought you usually don't like movies, so I thought this is original. Also to have it documented, our Christmas dinner.
No, this is worse than the movie. It's a proposal to exterminate all German people. Which is an insane idea.
Perhaps they'd need dolphin nuclear submarines for that.
How can you exterminate German people with submarines?
With nuclear weapons on the submarines.
You can launch the nuclear weapons on other ways also. You don't have to have submarines for that.
Oh, but they do. Israel has nuclear submarines from Germany. You didn't know? I think many people don't know.
You know that because one Jew has written a book about that. It's not any official Jewish position.
Uh-huh. Well, who cares with the fake mainstream media? But okay, it's documented, so I think I will interrupt this broadcast for Universal Peace temporarily until I get a better idea. So, see you next time, Universal Peace tubers. Universal Peace now.